The narwhal is a sneaky whale that lives in the Arctic and Atlantic Oceans around Greenland, Canada, Norway, and Russia. It is about the size of a blue whale. People sometimes call them a unicorn of the sea, because the male narwhal has a single long spiral tusk that sticks out of its head like a sword. Narwhals are warm-blooded mammals that breathe air. They belong to the order Artiodactyla and the family Monodontidae, which also includes the unusual beluga whale, which doesn't have a dorsal fin and is all white. The tusk of a narwhal is made of ivory and looks like a spiraling tooth. It comes out of the upper left side of the jaw and goes through the lip. They can be as long as 3 meters, 10 feet, and weigh up to 22 pounds, 10 kilograms. The average narwhal is 13 to 18 feet, 4 to 5.5 meters, long, without the spiral tusk of the male, and it weighs between 1,760 and 3,530 pounds, 800 to 1,600 kilograms. Most of the year, narwhals in the Greenlandic and Canadian Arctic live in the cracks of thick pack ice. Like most whales, narwhals follow patterns when they migrate. However, unlike some whale species, they don't ever leave the Arctic waters. They make annual migrations from high Arctic summering grounds in coastal bays of West Greenland and Canada to offshore wintering grounds in deeper waters. This is to avoid being trapped by fast ice and stay close to easy sources of food. During the cold winter months, narwhals eat flatfish and halibut, which are both found on the bottom of the sea in Baffin Bay and Davis Strait. During the summer months they can consume cod and halibut, and will also consume cuttlefish, shrimp, and squid where possible. The IUCN says that their conservation status is at least concern, and recent estimates say that there are more than 170,000 narwhals in the world. So, here is one of narwhal's rare facts. 1. An English explorer named Martin Frobisher saw a dead narwhal in 1577. He called it a sea unicorn. Before his voyage, the idea that unicorns had horns had been around Europe for hundreds of years. As European experts learned more about the animals, the idea started to die out. 2. Both male and female elephants are born with 2 small teeth in their skulls, but only the front left tooth of male elephants grows into a spiral tusk. Narwhals almost never have 2 tusks, and females almost never have tusks. It is thought that about 3% of female narwhals have small tusks. About 1 out of every 500 male narwhals has 2 tusks. This comes out of the right side of its upper jaw in front. 4. The tusk is a spiraling canine tooth made of ivory that comes out of the left side of the upper jaw. They can be as long as 3 meters, 10 feet, and weigh up to 22 pounds, 10 kilograms. 5. Their tusks are mostly used for mating, just like a stag's antlers are. Males use the tusks to show their social status and dominance over other males. They also use them to compete for females who are ready to mate. 6. Narwhals hunt for fish with their tusks. Researchers from WWF Canada flew a drone over wild narwhals and got video of them using their spiral tusk to catch fish. 7. Their tusks have nerve endings that give them the ability to feel changes in the saltiness of water. A 2014 study suggests that narwhals can use their tusks to feel changes in the saltiness, temperature, and pressure of the water around them. Like all theories, scientists argue a lot about this one. 4. 8. They take their prey into their mouths and swallow them whole. The narwhal's mouth has almost no teeth. This means they swim toward their prey and pull it into their mouths with a lot of force. 9. Every 3 years, a female will have a baby. Calves are born in the spring after about 14 months of pregnancy. Narwhals are mammals, so they give birth and feed their young with milk. For about 20 months, calves need milk to live. 10. Narwhals often spend the winter in Davis Strait and Baffin Bay, which has less than 5% open water because of pack ice. Narwhals need open water to breathe, but this area has a lot of halibut, which makes it easy for them to eat. 11. Narwhals are one of the animals that can dive the deepest in the world. They can dive for more than 25 minutes without coming up for air at depths of up to 1.8 kilometers, 1.1 miles. During the winter, male narwhals have been seen diving as deep as 800 meters 10 to 25 times a day. This is one of the deepest dives ever recorded. To go as fast as possible, these dives are almost vertical. At depths of more than 800 m, the pressure can be over 2,200 psi, 150 atmospheres. 5. 12. They have changed over time to be able to handle very strong water pressure. They have rib cages that can be pushed in without hurting them. This helps them swim at great depths. They also have twice as much oxygen-binding myoglobin in their muscles as seals, which lets them swim at a speed of 1 meter per second for 20 minutes without stopping to take a breath. 6. 13. The name narwhal comes from the Icelandic words nar, which means corpse, because of its pale white color, and valr, which means sea whale. The name of corpse whale comes from how their skin looks like a dead body. The name Monodon monoceros comes from the Latin phrase, one tooth, one horn. 14. People don't see them very often. They live in the most remote and coldest parts of the ocean, where no other whales live. This makes it hard to see or study them. Paul Nicklen, a National Geographic photographer who grew up in the Arctic in Nunavut, had to try a lot of different things over the course of 10 years to find them. 15. Narwhals travel in groups of 2 to a few hundred. Most pods have between 15 and 20 whales. But sometimes, many pods get together in social groups and bays, and the number of people there can be in the hundreds or thousands. 16. A narwhal's blubber is 3 to 4 inches thick and makes up about half of its body weight. Because the water in the Arctic is so cold, they have a lot more blubber than a typical whale, which has between 20 and 30% fat. 17. Narwhals can get stuck in ice, called sasots. Narwhals can get stuck in ice if they don't leave their summer homes before fall, or if the weather changes quickly, like when the wind shifts or the temperature drops quickly. Their breathing holes can get smaller or even close up, causing them to drown. In West Greenland in 1915, more than 1,000 narwhals got stuck under the ice. This was the largest entrapment ever recorded. 18. Polar bears are their main predators, and they attack them at the places where they can breathe. But they also have to worry about Greenland sharks, walruses, and killer whales, which have been known to attack in groups. 19. It is said that Queen Elizabeth I bought a narwhal tusk for £10,000, which is about £2 million today, and put it in the crown jewels. Untrustworthy merchants would try to pass off narwhal tusks as rare unicorn horns, which they could sell for up to 10 times their weight in gold. 20. Narwhal tusks are very valuable, and each one can sell for up to £10,000. In 2009, 7 narwhal tusks were sold legally at Bonham's, the Gentleman's Library sale. But they were taken down after the Whale and Dolphin Conservation Society led a campaign to do so. 21. It is legal for Canadian Inuit and Greenland hunters to hunt narwhals in both Canada and Greenland, to help support their traditions and communities. But since 2004, there are limits on how many narwhals can be hunted. From 2007 to 2011, an average of 979 narwhal were caught around the world each year. They have been picked for thousands of years by people who live there and depend on them for food and money. 22. The main danger to narwhals is climate change. The rapid changes in weather and the seasonal growth of ice are thought to be causing more ice entrapment. In warmer waters, the halibut, which is their main food source, will be spread out much less. With less ice, killer whales, which hunt narwhals, may be able to find them easier. They have changed over time to be able to live in very cold places instead of warmer ones. Experts think that their lives depend on the ice, where they do well.